you just interviewed Mellow the other day, didn't you? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh, funny thing, I'm just playing him. So
Yeah, it is a very favored matchup for Colton. Not an auto win at all. Luke
no.
Metal can win this matchup for sure, especially if that fan of waves has to get detonated away early or anything like that. Or, I mean, if the Luke Metal player can just string coding energies long enough, one fan of waves won't win you the game. You're going to need more than one.
Yeah, for sure. And so Jay Span, he was in our last Saturday select, ended up playing Luke Metal in that one and was in the top 4. So we know that he is a really good Luke Metal player. So we're expecting to see good things on his side. Although, Victini with Mewtwo, you would think is a favorable matchup with that fire weakness if he can get that out there for sure.
And we do see, so as far as not donk potential, but as far as what could happen, there is a Heatran and there are 2 ReshiZards in Colton's list. So we could see this Zacian get O code potentially.
Potentially.
And especially with that Victini top deck, that does mean that we could go PCOM, Hearth, and we could make some pretty big plays happen here. Let's see if he goes the aggressive route or if he's going to go for a little bit of a slower game.
So Colton's hard to, kind of lock down to see if he's aggressive or not, because he's very back and forth when it comes to that. But let's see, this will tell us a lot. If he goes for that ReshiZard, that might be very aggressive on his part for sure.
Yes, and ReshiZard's so good in this matchup. Obviously it hits weakness. Obviously it can OHKO stuff for 3 energies. That's cool. But Outrage versus Zacian is also incredibly powerful.
Yes. So we'll see if he gets, takes that Marnie away, Welder's there, hopefully finds a switch out for him, and then jumps in for Dunk.
Now, of course, Luke Metal did get the coding energy on the bench. So that escape rope, that one of escape rope, has significantly less value than it had that coding energy not been there. Otherwise, we might have just seen a GG's on turn 1.
Yeah.
Ooh, choosing to get rid of the fire. Colton does play a fire crystal. Yes, 1 fire crystal.
Yeah, he should still have kind of access to that. Okay, so so he's not going to be able to OHKO at this point. But he could put damage onto the Luke Metal, but if he does that, he's still now in danger of getting full metal walled because we do have the weakness guard or the coding metal energy on there. So it's interesting to see what he does. And thank you so much, Josh, for the follow. Appreciate that so much.
Yes, let's see, because there's a variety of plays you can make here. There are 2 stadiums in the Luke Metal deck in addition to all the Guzmahalas. So I like this play of holding the fire energy, guarantee Welder for next turn, because the odds of that Hearth sticking are not particularly high. But of course, you never know. Luke Metal doesn't always have the cards it needs every turn.
Yeah, it is more of a slower, methodical deck. You can't be super aggressive with the Dene's Crobats like most decks want to be, because you put those down there, they're kind of free prizes, and they kind of go against what you're trying to do as a deck. So it definitely can be a little bit slow to get started, especially if you have no help with that Pokemon consistency.
And this Guzhala, incredibly good. I think this game is now going more towards Luke Metal's favor. It's still not super good for them, but if they're going to win, this is exactly what they have to do. Don't get knocked out turn 1, get down a swell, get coding energies on both of your Pokemon, and you kind of got to go from there. It's currently deciding potentially between the Welder and the Marnie.
So he does 230 naturally with his four energy attack, but with goggles, it's going to reduce that. So there's no weakness, and goggles takes that away. So he's not going to currently have knockout if he gets that Charizard fully knocked out. So he's just kind of debating to see if he wants to get that hand size. So it's just kind of sizable to a Marnie situation.
Ooh, and debating between attaching to the Mewtwo. Always stresses me out when that timer gets down.
Yes. You're like, oh, right, I'm trying to think here. Don't rush me.
Ooh, and this hand is Not super pretty.
No, he might just want to sit back, maybe get that Victini out if he's thinking about using it in the future for evolving. But other than that, I think he might just want to kind of hang back, possibly.
Yeah, and we're seeing one of the beautiful things about this LucMelmetal deck. We've seen it twice now. LucMelmetal, when they do nothing, they get to draw 3 free cards and potentially attach energy.
Mm-hmm.
The other decks do nothing. They just say pass. So just having Zacian on the field is just so good because of that Intrepid Sword ability. And the Attached Brave Blade, the defensive deck saying, you know what? If you're not going to do anything, I sure will. And the big deal here too is a simple switch energy and Steel Fist does KO that Mewtwo and Mew. So not an exciting place for Colton to be in right now.
No, not at all.
Make something happen.
So fire decks are definitely the more aggressive deck. So he definitely needs to start get going here.
And there's going to go that one of reset stamp into the discard. Ooh, Welder Double Fire. That's not bad.
Not bad at all.
And the crystal. So if there is a full metal wall next turn, you have a response.
Yep.
I'm going to go ahead and bump that Chaotic Swell. That is the second of 3 hearths. So there's 1 hearth left that is relevant because there is a power plant from the LucMelmetal still, which could stick you. Welder decks sometimes got to rely on Dedenne quite a bit.
It is unfortunate. Welder decks can be super great and fast, aggressive. But sometimes it can be very frustrating because you can't find that Welder. Even after you Crobat, Dedenne, Jirachi, anything you're talking about there, sometimes it's just not feasible. But finding that, what is that? Now I'm drawing a blank here. Incineroar is actually a really big deal in this matchup, especially if he doesn't get knocked out. Potentially using his GX for a complete wipeout.
And Colton's sitting in such a good spot right now. We see the Crystal and the Eldegoss in hand still. We can see a 300 damage GX attack next turn. And at that point, I'm not sure what the LucMelmetal player is going to be able to do.
So he does put Victini out, but he still has the air balloon.
Immediately throws it down.
Yep.
Letting us know, hey, this is just here because I'm going to retreat it.
Yep, just in case. And that Eldegoss there definitely can pull out that energy or that Welder.
We're going to see the Welder likely go into that ReshiZard. There it is. Now, of course, the 6th energy double blaze does not get through that coding energy. There is still no weakness, but it doesn't actually matter because the LucMelmetal player didn't GX.
Yep. Which is super huge for him.
Anyway, actually, never mind. I completely forgot.
Yeah, it would have been. It would have been enough.
Yes.
But at this point, I don't know what a single Zacian can do. He can't take a full knockout without any kind of help. Without like an ADP, obviously LucMelmetal doesn't play that, so it looks like this could be game.
That's not a coding energy, so I actually think it is impossible.
Yeah, unless there's a doll, but
I could see double saucer switch. A doll would also technically work, although the 2 Pokegears in hand.
So the cape is kind of irrelevant because weakness hasn't been taken away. So Charizard's still looking in a really good spot here, and we'll see what this Marnie presents. And the scoop. So yeah, Colton had it the whole time there. Let's go ahead and see if there's...
Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and take a look at another one of our videos here. Also, if you haven't done so yet, hit subscribe. It goes a long way in helping us grow. Remember, we release a podcast episode once a week on all the major platforms. We also stream every Friday on Twitch and make a Whimsey Watch monthly report.